What's up, guys? Got another Wildstar video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about 40-man raiding being completely killed off in Wildstar. What you're seeing right here, the gameplay on the screen, is a kill of the Earth Logic Elemental pair in Datascape, one of the 40-man encounters, as you can see by the raid frames. I haven't released this video yet, and in terms of, I haven't released the voice version where you can hear us talking and doing the strats and stuff like that, or any version of this. I haven't gotten permission to yet either, but 5 guilds have killed it, and I think we've streamed it, so I don't think it really matters. But look forward to that video in the future. But today I want to talk about 40-man raiding in Wildstar, and why it's being killed off, and why I don't think it's a bad thing, but I will miss it. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss it. So, I'm one of the few people that has been around the 40-mans since they started. I originally tested it on the beta, and I don't think that's a secret anymore. Yes, they tested the 40-mans in the beta, even though people don't know about it. So I know a lot about this. I've been in pretty much since the ground floor. So I feel like I can talk about this and give a good, solid opinion. And anyway, so I'm one of the few people that really likes 40-mans. Now, that doesn't mean that they're perfect, and that doesn't mean that I think they're right for the game, but I do like the big guilds. I like having lots of people in like Mumble and different groups doing different things. I just like it feels like an MMO. When you're doing a 40-man raid, it actually feels like you're playing an MMO in this, in this big world. I like the big guilds. The big guilds is the big thing I like. With WoW, there's like so many just little shitty guilds, and with Wildstar, you have these giant, big, mega guilds that are, constantly clashing, and you got some drama where people try to steal other people's guild members, and fuck these guys, all the stuff that makes MMOs interesting. It's fun because big guilds make shit more interesting. But the downsides of 40-man raiding are obviously the logistical issues of finding 40 people. Not only do you need to find 40 people, you need to find 40 good people playing the classes you need them to play, not being complete shitheads. They have to get along with each other. They have to show up on time. Stay late, there's just so much to it, and from a GM/officer point of view, it's probably a nightmare. I would never want to be in any sort of leadership role ever, of any kind, whether it's a class leader or a recruitment officer or GM or whatever. I have no interest in that, and hopefully I don't get any responsibilities. Got a pretty sweet gig right now in Enigma where I just show up and, fucking smash my buttons and do the warrior dips and tanking every now and then. So hopefully I can keep this job. Anyway, so I was one of the biggest beta testers in Wildstar in terms of testing the raids. I was in Subterfuge at that point, and now I'm in Enigma, and both of those guilds did tons of beta testing for this game and finding bugs and just doing the fights before they were fully developed. Now, the thing with testing 40-mans versus 20-mans is that in 40-mans, you'd have like 27 people, 28 people, and you'd ragtag and just, look in zone chat and just pick up whoever just to have more people to do the 40-man testing. And it was really ghetto. It was bad. I don't think I'll get in trouble for saying this because, only an idiot would not know that the fights were tested. But basically, yeah, we'd have GM help, and they would, like, basically teleport us around, and we'd do the shit. And it was just, like, really shitty beta testing from the tester's point of view. Like, I really don't think we could give them very good feedback because we just didn't have the people. We didn't have the, I don't know, the team comp and setup and, a really dedicated team focused on doing something, because we just have a ragtag team of people from trade chat, and, we combine this guild and this guild just to get more people, and it just, it was hard. It was really hard to test the 40-mans, whereas in the 20-mans, it was, Enigma, they're a solid 20-man team. Eugenic was going like 12 hours a day in fucking GA. It was ridiculous. They tested the game more than anybody else, I think, in terms of, and with GA. Solid guild groups were doing the 20-man stuff, and they were giving the developers real feedback, doing the fights as they were to be intended. And GA turned out to be pretty good. There was very little bugs up until Omna, and Omna wasn't on the beta because they didn't want to give away everything and show all the fights. So, yeah, that's the big difference. 40-mans are hard as fuck to test, and that is apparent right now in the game currently. There's a few elemental pairs that are just like, what the fuck? These bugs are dumb. Like, bugs that prevent you from killing the shit. And, fights that are tuned not so great. For the most part, I think Carbine did, the raid developers are very good in this game. I really do like Time Travel, Tyrius, those guys do a really good job. And they have done a really good job considering the shitty-ass beta feedback they got with, again, you'd be testing the 40-mans, you'd have like 28 people. How are you supposed to find bugs when you don't even have a full group? How are you supposed to know that this fight sucks ass for melee but is amazing for range when you don't really have a full group and you don't really have all the melee there? It's really hard to find out that stuff, and with that kind of feedback, and yeah, certain bugs don't manifest themselves until there's more people around. So yeah, with 20-mans, just from 20-man, it'll be different. It'll be real different. Also, we got better performance. If you go do GA versus Datascape, the performance is way better. Like, I'm gonna say like 3 times better. It's pretty amazing. So that's gonna be nice. Now, for all you guys that were wondering, in terms like what's going to happen in the immediate future, Datascape is going to remain a 40-man raid, I think until drop 4, maybe drop 5. I don't know. They haven't really given a timeline, but Datascape's going to remain a 40-man raid for the foreseeable near future. So that's cool. Now, any fights that you have killed in 40-man, if you've killed any bosses, those achievements that you got will be converted into feats of strength. Or not feats of strength, galactic hotshots in this game. So it's pretty cool of them to do that. I really do appreciate that because it's going to give you, some cool, unique achievements that are no longer obtainable. Hopefully, a few guilds can kill Avitus before this deadline where they're taking Datascape and turning it into a 20-man. The 40-man version will no longer be available. So there's that. So if you're in Datascape, start really pushing for these kills because you're not going to be able to kill them in 40-man any longer. Well, you won't be able to kill them after the patch anyway, whenever that is. So you got a while. You got I would say at least 2 months minimum. Or yeah, at least. Probably more than that. Maybe 2 or 3. I have no idea when drop 4 is going to be, or if it's even coming in drop 4. So yeah, 40-mans, they were cool. They were a cool experiment. I think a lot of people, I don't think too many people thought that they were going to stick around. Me, personally, I didn't think they were going to stick around. I hope they would. And I think Carbine did give them a good, fair, honest shot. I applaud them for not instantly caving and turning it into 20-man. They actually let guilds develop and get 40-man rosters because at first, when guilds first finished GA, it was a complete disaster. Nobody was prepared to do 40s. Including us, including Enigma, including Eugenic, including all the other top guilds. Everybody was just, not prepared. And they actually let that storm ride out. And, a lot of guilds did get solid 40-man rosters. Right now, we have a solid 40-man roster. We've got, 46, 47 people. We almost always have 40 people for raids. And, we're rock solid right now. But that doesn't mean everybody else is. And I know personally that a lot of people have told me that they're very excited for GA or for DS to go 20-man. A lot of people are going to come back to the game because, even though it's not a big deal for me, a lot of people were really turned off by the 40. And I understand that because 40 people, it's not as personal. Freya says it himself. Freya's our GM. You don't get treated like a person in 40-man raids. You get treated like a number. If you DC for 2 or 3 minutes in our 40-man raid, you get kicked. You get kicked and replaced. If you got to go AFK for 2 or 3 minutes, you get kicked and replaced. That's kind of how it goes for everybody. No one is immune to that. If I go AFK for 3 minutes, I get kicked and replaced. So yeah, it's kind of how it goes. The one thing that is kind of sad about this is that guilds are going to break apart, but I think this will happen naturally and it won't be quite as dramatic as it will seem like it's going to be before it actually happens. But your original 40-man team, there's going to be either an A team and a B team, or there's just going to be one team and other people kind of just fade away. So that's going to kind of suck a little bit, but I think that'll happen naturally and it won't be as sad as it may seem. But, I will miss the big guilds. I'm sure there's still going to be some big guilds that have multiple raid groups, but I would be surprised if Enigma has 2 raid groups. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. What I expect Enigma to do is that there's going to be only 20 people, maybe not even 20 people that are going to be able to do Freya's insane slave master raid schedule. So I would expect Enigma to have a super fucking hardcore 20-man, and everybody else kind of just maybe breaks off and does their own thing or whatever. That's just a guess. This is not anything official, but if I had to guess, some people in our current 40-man raid, some people want to play more, want to raid more, some people want to raid less, and I think those people will naturally just kind of split off and do their own things or make their own raid groups or whatever. But I think that whole process of guilds breaking up, I don't think it'll be as dramatic as it seems like it will be. I think it'll happen naturally, and I don't think it'll be as crushing as it seems like, because it does seem pretty sad, but it'll be alright. Trust me, it'll be fine. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. There was one particular US raiding guild that almost their entire fucking guild got banned, and their officers, I would say, are likely permanently banned because they really did it. They were the people that were doing it for like days. So